All right, welcome to another man's point of view. Today, I got for you another fight night. That's right. Today, controversial one for you. The bitch slap heard all around the world. Let's go ahead and start here. There you go. Once again, just like I've been saying all along, right? Now, for you, yo, what have you been saying, Spacer? Well, it happens to the best of us, right? Now, I'm going to show you three examples, right, of the opposite of this, of how it's done if you know what you're doing. That's going to be a little funny, right? But let me show you here the apology, if you will.
Dana, why don't you just tell us what happened that night? What happened leading up to that video?
Well, I'm in Cabo, Mexico, for the holidays with my family, and my wife and I were out Saturday night on New Year's Eve, and unfortunately, that's what happened.
So his apology was, unfortunately, that's what happened. Now let me show you. I've always been saying this, right? Uncle Chael said it himself. Well, no, it wasn't Chael. Who was it? Some other guy said, and myself, that the UFC is literally professional wrestling. They just don't know how to do it. That's the difference. Unfortunately, today, professional wrestling doesn't know how to do it either. Now, let me show you a difference, all right? Let me show you a true top G, and then I'll show you, like I said, the difference, all right? Now, that is a top G.
This magnificent nape of the neck. Ooh, yeah. A little taste, huh?
Now, who may that be?
That's very, very. How about a bigger taste than that?
Excuse me, Mr. McMahon?
Exhibit A. Exhibit B. And of course, Exhibit C.
Just choking the right out of him with that speed on.
There you go.
How's his wife? Well, as far as we know. His marriage. Mr. got choked out with this pipe. God, we...
Now, what you didn't see in the video there, he literally had a match with his own daughter. Now, what's the point, basically? You know, you're all saying, what's the damn point? Well, the point is this. Both Dana and Vince McMahon are one and the same. The difference is who is a real man. Not a top G like that bullshit that Andrew Tate was saying. I was just using it because, he's made it popular or whatever. Right? It's a top G thing. Well, there you go. Just gave you a true man example. Now, let me show you the difference. They're one and the same. Right? Dana, here's the difference. Dana White stated and said plenty of times and basically was talking trash about his own fighters. He said this, and I quote, "You never ever put a hands on a woman. There is no excuse." And he said it plenty of times, right? He shitted on some of the fighters that done that in the past, and there's a lot of them, right? Because, like I said, there's a difference. Don't just because you're a top fighter, right? A prize fighter, badass fighter that can whoop most guys' asses doesn't make you a real man. There's a difference, and that's my point, right? Exhibit A. I don't have it here because, you know, there's no point. I could just tell you. But trust me, that's what he said. There is no damn excuse to put your hands on a woman. He damn near condemned his own fighters because of it, right? And long and behold, there it is, right? Exhibit A. His wife, right? Now, there's a few things to take out of this, right? Space Luchador always says. Number one, right? Number one, Dana White is rich as hell. Two, he's a top G, according to Andrew Tate, right? He's got the Bugatti, he's got the personal plane, he's the owner of the, well, he's not the owner of the company, CEO, whatever, right? He's got the status, and yet at the end of the day, in some damn bar over in Mexico, right? His wife is disgruntled, right? Unhappy, right? He goes to tell her it's time to go home or whatever the hell he was going to say. Maybe he was saying, hey, you're making me look bad. You're sitting over there moping and crying. I'm having the greatest time of my damn life. I'm just done doing a couple of interviews, basically showing how I am a top G, right? He's living it up, and his wife's over there crying, right? Busting up, right? Busting up his good, perfect night. Now, of course, he goes over there. She reaches up. Boom, bitch slap heard around the world. Now, before it could echo, Dana White bitch slaps her back. Boom, just like that. Got it all on video. Now the world's talking trash. Now, I will say this. And this is Exhibit B, right? Exhibit B. The reason this ain't really gonna blow up is because Dana has proven that he doesn't give a fuck. And he said it before, right? But within Exhibit B, right, I'm going to show you, here's a difference between Vince McMahon and Dana. Here's another little detail. He apologized. Now, this is for future video, next level shit, but I'm going to tell you something, right? There's a difference. When you apologize, you basically confessed to doing wrong, to fucking up, right? There is a difference. Now, I'm not saying to do bad things. I'm saying to move in the game of chess. Right? You apologize, you lost. There ain't no amount of apologies to make this shit up. That's Exhibit B, right? Now, let's see, I haven't seen the whole video, but I think he goes on to explain why he did it, right? You see. So after the ass whooping.
I'm one of the guys, you know, you've heard me say for years, there's never, ever an excuse for a guy to put his hands on a woman.
Well, I take that back. I guess it is there. There it is. He said it for years. And there you go. What have I been saying in all my videos all along? Don't cash a check your ass can't cash. Especially when it comes to women. Why? Because they will test and try to cash the check. It's that simple. It really is. That's why it's so damn hard. But let's continue.
And now here I am on TMZ talking about it. But my wife and I have been married for almost 30 years. We've known each other since we're...
So basically what he's saying is that after all that, here comes the excuses. And then he said that there never was.
We're 12 years old. We've obviously been through some shit together. And we've got 3 kids. And, you know, this is one of those situations that's, you know, horrible. I'm embarrassed, but it's also one of those situations that is, you know, right now, we're more concerned about our kids. You know, we have 3 kids, and you know, obviously, since the video popped up, we've shown
Force-fed red pill, meaning he's trying to work it out for the sake of the kids. Bad move.
the kids the video, and you know, we're more focused on our family right now. People are going to have opinions on this, and most of the people's opinions would be right, and especially in my case, you don't put your hands on a woman ever. My wife and I obviously love each other. We've been together for a very long time. We've known each other since we were very little, and this is just one of those unfortunate situations.
You were at a place in Cabo that where alcohol flows. Yeah, I mean, Dana, what we were told by people who were in the club.
Look at these guys. Fake ass actors.
That it, at least to them, seemed that there was.
Trying to make it look like it's some damn tragedy, right? Like, well, you know. You guys ever heard of a thing called a work? Which is the whole point of this video, right? Everything is exactly what I said, a work. Not these guys, but the way you play chess. Now, it's hard to explain and hard to understand, which is why I brought it up. And I don't really like to talk about it because, right, it destroys my sport, right? The one I love. Well, I'm starting to like the UFC a lot, but you got to understand. The point of the word is there's a way to do it, right? There's a fine line between perspective and reality, just as there's fine line between love and hate. It's that fine. Some might say there's not a line at all. Well, I say that, but it's there, believe it or not. All right. So let's continue, and it's only there to separate, anyways. Let's continue.
There's a lot of alcohol involved in this situation.
There was definitely a lot of alcohol involved, but that's no excuse.
Look at Dana's face is brights up because that gave him a good excuse, alcohol. But he goes right back to he knows because he said it for years. He'd be the biggest damn hypocrite to now say, well, now there happens to be a damn right reason because I did it. The problem here is that you got caught. That's the problem, and that's where the fine line comes into play, right? You say all this shit. We all say all this shit. We all act like our characters in society, right? Even the women. But the fine line between the truth and what your character, right, in society is supposed to act and be. And that's what I'm trying to explain. The Matrix, right?
I literally am making no excuses for this thing at all. It's never happened before. It's the first time that it's ever happened. And people are going to say what they're going to say. It's just is what it is. And whatever people do say, it's deserved. I deserve it. It happened. I don't know why it happened. And, you know, my wife and I have apologized.
He knows why it happened. Trust me. He knows why, or he might not understand why. But he knows the trigger. He knows the trigger. Of course he ain't gonna say it. He'd be a dumbass if he did, right? Because he ain't trying to explain it to all of you, all of us, right? This is between a chess match between him and his wife. Why the hell would he incriminate him more, or himself more, with his wife? Right? That's why he won't say why it happened, what the trigger was, but he knows. He knows.
Apologize to each other. We've apologized to our kids, and you know, this is one of those things that everybody's going to chime in. I could care less what anybody else thinks about this.
No, he's right there. He shouldn't care. He should care less what anybody, but that's not his problem. Right? He's got a bigger problem in his hands now with his wife. So everything else doesn't really matter. And in all truth, none of us really, we all care less. Well, we can all give a rat's ass. We're all just jumping on the bandwagon because we see another great fall on his ass, right? Especially when he said he would never do it. And that's the difference. Let's go back to a true G, right? Look at the aftermath. Here it is. Raising his hands. There's the wife and the daughter. Oh, and by the way, this, for those that don't know, I'm pretty sure you do know, right? That's Vince's kids. So much for that, right? So anyways, let's go back to Dana here. Contrast.
Right now, what we're more concerned about are our kids and taking care of our family.
What did
In
I
the
just
video, the video that we've seen, it seems like this what started and was over in less than a minute. Is that we don't have?
There's another difference. Now, let me take you back to what I didn't show. You probably don't care, but for the sake of the point, all right, here's a few highlights of of this situation, right? Of Vince whooping his daughter's ass in the ring. There you go. That was another part. Let's see. Look at Linda. All right. Here it is. Well, now why did I show you that? Well, because I'm showing you the difference, right? Like these two jackasses just said, right? In what seems to be about 3 seconds of ass whooping, right? Or drama.
And was over in less than a minute.
It was over in less than a minute. Now that's the difference. Dana gave you something that was over in less than a minute, just like that. Vince McMahon gave you a whole damn match. Do you see the difference? Right, as Uncle Dana says.
Is that haven't seen any video beyond that?
See, basically the point is that nobody gives a rat's ass about this. What we want is the content at the end of the day. That's what we want. So believe it or not, it's hard to explain, but I'm gonna put it to you like this. Out there in TV land, women, same thing. They want the content. They want to play the game. Chess, no matter what it comes. Right? I'm just showing you how to do it, the how-to, the details, right? What really matters. All this fake crap about whether it was a serious situation, right? A damn a happy family was destroyed, and nobody gives a rat's ass. Come on, right? The name of the game, like I've been saying, is chess. There must be a winner, right? I'm just showing you how you can win, right?
Is it fair to say that this ended? How did this situation end?
That was the beginning of it and the end of it, and we're still on vacation. Everything. You're talking about somebody who is, her and I have known each other since we were 12 years old, and we've been married for almost 30 years. So, we're obviously best friends. She's my wife, and
they're obviously
we had too much to drink, and whatever happened that night happened. But yeah, that was it, and it was done.
Dana, the final thing. You say whatever happened that night happened. Do you remember it?
No, I don't remember a lot. So
there you go. Now let me show you the differences so we could end, and I will end with this, right? Why did I bring up Vince McMahon? Well, because to go back, right? Exhibit A. First thing was that for years, Dana White ran his mouth and said, "You never hit a woman. There is no excuse." Then he trashed his fighters that did hit their own respective women. Right? He went out there and jumped on the bandwagon with every other guy that says, well, you never hit a woman. Right? Because you've never been in that damn situation. That's why. First things first. Exhibit A, Vince McMahon's side. He never once, ever once, right, condemned or bitched at, right, any of his wrestlers because he's a real man. He led by example. King Leonidas himself, descendant of Hercules, right? That's the difference, right? Now, Exhibit B, right? He comes out and apologizes, confessing to his shit, right? And now he's sitting there rambling, going back and forth. But there is no reason, first of all, to apologize, right, at all. You did it. That's it. So now you're in deep shit because for years you said you didn't give a fuck, right? You didn't give a shit. There's plenty of videos of montages where Dana White's running his mouth about how he doesn't care. I don't give a fuck. Right? It's a classic video. Right? He's supposed to be the shit. Right? The big Dana White. He's the man of the UFC. He makes shit happen. Right? But here he is, now going back on his word. He does care because he apologized. Now it's all about his kids. Now Exhibit B on Vince's side, right? Never once did he go out there and apologize. He never apologized. Never once did he apologize, right? Now, sure, he went away for a little bit because all the hush money controversy, for those that don't know, spoiler alert. Just a summary, right? He was paying a couple million, right, of the company's money to some highness. Now I would disclose some girls, right? But like that, some girls, hush money. So on the side, girls that he. Now his big mistake was that he had the grapefruits, right? He had the balls, the audacity to literally have it on the payroll as hush money. But anyways, that's another difference, right? Never once did he come out and apologize. He just quietly went away because there's a way to do it. That's what I've been trying to tell you. I'm not saying to do bad things. I'm saying that this is the difference. It's the difference between a real man, right, and everybody else. There's a difference, right? No apology. Matter of fact, I think he's back. McMahon is back, right? He's back to continue a legacy. Because that's what real men do, right? You play the game of chess, right? That's what it's all about, right? Now, where do we go from here? Now, Exhibit C, right? Exhibit C. So Dana now is like, well, we've been best friends, and yet you can't be your best friend with your wife, right? She's your wife, that's it. If she was your best damn friend, she'd know everything about you and all the little shit and little secrets that you want and know, right? She'd be your tag team partner. She's not. She's your partner, right? She's the main girl right now. They say in Spanish, the owner of your paycheck. That's what. That's what. But anyways, Exhibit Z, and like I said, C will end with this, right? Now he's like, well, now I need to save the family, and we're doing this for the kids, right? We're gonna tag team together for the sake of the kids. Now Exhibit C, Vince McMahon. He never once gave a rat's ass about his kid, or at least he does care. He does. That's not what I'm saying. He never once came out and said, I'm doing this for the sake of my kids. Nope. I'm doing this for her. Nope. He's doing it for himself. That's the difference. Now, I know how it sounds. It sounds bad, right? It sounds like he's evil, right? First of all, you should never judge. Never, ever judge. That's a sign of a true man. You're not supposed to judge. You were not placed on this earth to judge, right? You they're sitting there judging. You set yourself up to be a damn hypocrite, right? A saint, high and mighty, right? Morally superior. You're not. You're a damn predator. That's what you are, right? You're supposed to be a damn lion dressed in sheep clothing. That's what you're supposed to be, or whatever it takes. But to sit there and try to act like you're high and mighty, like you be the first to pick up a stone. That's the first lesson. Do not judge other men. You're not here to judge. You're here to lead, right? It's that simple. By example. So anyway, before I went on my rant, Vince McMahon never once said it was my kids, and never once, right? He didn't care about their damn uh, mental health either, because there's videos upon videos of him kissing all sorts of breastless female chicks. I just imagine what you didn't see, right, behind the scenes of all this stuff, right? You got Brock Lesnar's wife up there, right, in one of those montages, right? You got what's that guy's name? Kid Kidman's wife up there in the montage. Some other guy's wife up there in the montage. See the difference? That's the difference. There's a way to work it. So we'll end with that for this fight night. Perfect fight night. 3, right? With the space luchador here in the man's point of view. Now, there's not much more to say other than what I told you, right? Obviously, you should never. Oh yeah. This is for future stuff and next level shit. I know the cure to that. Right now, sadly, you kind of have to go through it, but eventually you find the cure to that. Vince knows it. He showed it you by example, right? You don't get offended when she hits you. And first of all, it doesn't hurt you, right? It literally doesn't. It may sting a little, right? Depending on what the fuck she bitch slaps you. But in all reality, you should never fight or try to fight or try to teach a lesson. So you're bending the spoon. You're trying to bend the spoon at force. If she's hitting you, it's because she pissed at something. And you could take it, man. Man up. That's all. Don't think about respect. It's like, really? Right? The reason she swings is because she knows, right, that you're going to react like a complete bitch. That's why, because it's chest. That's what I've been saying all along. And she was right. And now look at him sitting there apologizing. Right? Even though at the same time he's like, oh, just is what it is, right? I'm apologizing, but there is no excuse, but there is excuses, but it was alcohol and I don't remember, and whatever. At the end of the day, you lost. You take the L. Should have never done this damn video. But now they see him trying to stay face. But you can't, you lost. Right? That's why I always say professional wrestling and the UFC is one the same. Trying to stay face, or you can be a heel. Right? You could be a loved heel, believe me, believe it or not. Right? Vince is exactly the epitome of the ultimate loved heel. That's why you see the montage. Right? Open Pandora's box. He can do whatever the hell he wants. And now he's back. Once again to lead by example. So there you go. We'll end with that. That concludes Fight Night 3 with the Space Luchador here at the man's point of view. Big slap heard around the world. Hope you understood what I was saying about the example. Right? 1, don't talk trash, right, if you can't back it up. 2, don't judge anybody, right, because you yourself might get judged at some time, at some point. 2, if you're in that situation, do not ever apologize, right? Don't ever apologize, because that's confessing. I'll do some more videos on that because it gets deeper. That's actually a puzzle piece, right? I call it the no contest. So there you go. Look forward to that. And last but not least, don't do it for any other reason than because you want to. Any other reason is bull. Meaning, it's like the apology don't work for you at all. You have lost the way. So there you go. And with that, comment down below if you have a comment about this, right? If you feel different, right? You're one of those white knights. Oh, they both feel. Comment down below. Got a good comment? Put it down below. You got a question? Put it down below. I will answer. If you like this video, obviously like it, thumbs up, share it, right? Subscribe. That's what you really want. Subscribe so we can grow, make this better, give you better content, right? And show you the little, we can interact, right? Give you the actual details and the answers that you're looking for. The way to do it, there is a way for all of you out there that are now stranded in the sea because Andrew Tate's ship has sunk. I offer to you my ship. Right now, yes, it's a little small for now, but we're working on making it bigger. Right? You can come on board, and I'll show you the true way, the true answer. We will sail to the sunset, to the promised land. Right? But anyways, there we go. So I'll see you on the next man's point of view.